So Irodov's problem again, electric current and resistors. In this one, we need to find out the equivalent resistance looking at these terminals A and B from here, and it's an infinite series of resistors R1, R2, R1, R2, and R1 is given as 4 ohm and R2 is given as 3 ohm. So in all such kinds of problems, we break up the circuit in two parts. One is like this part, look at this part. And then let us say I break the circuit from here and I look the circuit from these two points from this side. Then we again have exactly the same condition as we were looking from this point, because we have an infinite series of resistors R1, R2, R1, R2, R1, R2 up to infinity, which is exactly the same as looking from this point AB, R1, R2, R1, R2, R1, R2. What it means that, let us assume that the resistance between these points A and B is Rx. Then the resistance of the circuit looking from these 2 points, let's call it C and D, looking from here, will also be Rx. What it means that we can replace this circuit as R1, R2, and this is Rx, where the resistance looking from these 2 points is also Rx. Whether you are looking from here all the way towards infinity, or whether you are looking all the way from here to infinity, both of them are Rx. It means this circuit is equal to R1 and this R2 parallel Rx, so I can call it R2 is 3 ohm, so 3 into Rx divided by 3 plus Rx, and this is 4 ohm, and this call it Rx here. Looking from here, it's Rx, which means that Rx is nothing but series combination of these two resistors, 4 plus 3 Rx divided by 3 plus Rx. All we need to is simplify and solve for Rx. 3 plus Rx multiplied by Rx, 3Rx plus Rx square is equal to 4 into 3 is 12 plus 4Rx plus 3Rx. And from here 3Rx and 3Rx cancels. We have Rx square minus 4Rx minus 12 is equal to 0. We need to express 4, so in two numbers, or we can just solve for Rx. You can find two numbers, multiplication is 12, it becomes easy. For example, 6 and 2. So let's write it as Rx minus 6Rx plus 2Rx minus 12 is equal to 0. Rx, Rx minus 6 minus 2, Rx minus 6 equal to 0. So Rx has two values, either 6 ohm or 2 ohm. Because Rx is 4 plus some resistor, so it cannot be 2. So this value does not apply. So we should have Rx equal to 6 ohm. In reality, the way the circuit functions is, you send a current through this, the I current flows through this, and then the part of the current goes here and a part of this current goes in this resistance and come back. This current is less than this current. Again, this current gets divided into two parts, and this gets progressively lower and lower. So after a very long time, that current turns to be 0. And that's how the resistance between these two terminals A and B is a finite number.